usually a little bit early. It's like 8 o'clock.
It's 1 o'clock for me. It is 1 a.m.
Yeah, but you don't have a concept of time because you're on drugs. So it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's 1 a.m. UTC. Right? Does someone want to start?
Zill, go.
Yeah. All right. Start. Sounds like a Pokemon. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Welcome to the We Hate Kubo podcast. Back for chapter 668 and 669. I'm Zill.
Sal.
45.
Future.
Not so sunny, son.
And I'm that shiffy guy.
Yep. And what you're gonna hear in the next half hour, we don't hate Kubo. We're just very salty, apparently. So I'll start off.
Oh,
with it.
stop using that word. Jesus
We'll
Christ.
we'll go from
that
least
word.
salty to most salty. So Zill, then me,
Yeah.
then probably Sun.
That was dead last. He's so.
I'm alright. I think
Sal is the
No,
saltiest of us all right now.
no. I don't have much to say, so I should probably go after Zill.
I will say as much as I please. You know why? Because I'm from the West Coast, and that's like a part of our lifestyle here. All right. So don't tell me what to say. Gosh,
Who's
I'll
telling
be
you?
the man.
Okay.
Anyway, so just first things aside, we all know what's really going to be talked about this podcast. It's not going to be about Gerard or Hitsugaya or Byakuya or whatever. It's going to be about Kenpachi and his Bankai and the situation with Ichiru. So first of all, like the very details of the situation aside, that being, how he got it and, the circumstances behind that and the whole Ichiru is his own part spirit, I think Kenpachi's Bankai was fine for who he is and what we know about his Zanpakuto and what we know about his powers. I thought it was that his new appearance is cool. I thought the way he fucked up Gerard was awesome, and I don't mind the Bankai itself. Now, the circumstances behind it, though, I do take issue with. One, because it came before people who we know have Bankais and have not shown them off, such as Shinji and Love, who are really like the main ones left at this point, aside from Ichigo, Erdider. Secondly, the fact that we don't have an explanation for how he got it so quickly, although there have been theories floating around that I can understand that would fit with the series. And thirdly, the very vague, like, Yuichiro showing up, and it's like, oh, if you just use my power correctly, you'd be able to cut down anyone, which heavily implies that she is actually a Zanpakuto spirit, confirming the fan wank of everyone in the manga stream and Kiss Manga comment sections over the past, oh god, it's been like 2 years since we first went Shikai. But like, yeah, so that's a little, maybe that's a little pissy, a little salty, but you know what? Like, we have not got an explanation. We hopefully will in the next few chapters because it seemed like Kubo just wanted to get to the action, to the point this week. And, I didn't really mind that much, but as long as we get an explanation that is satisfactory, I'll be okay with this. But at the moment, I just like whatever. Also, for the like 15 pages of fighting, okay, in 668, it was all right.
Are you loading anything? You're starting to robot.
Yeah, actually, what?
Was he not roboting for anyone else?
Yes.
Yeah, he's cutting out.
Yeah. I'm not even doing anything. I hate everyone. Anyway, so when did I start?
It was.
I'll go.
You were
No,
talking
no,
about, like,
no. You were saying something about a fight. The
The fighting with Kenpachi, Family One Bankai was alright. I liked that Byakuya and Hitsugaya tried to come up with a plan, even though Gerard saw through it. And yeah, it was just alright. It wasn't anything exceptional, but with what happened this week, I can forgive that. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. Let the rage commence.
All right, so is Seth
Yeah.
gonna go next and get his craziness out of the way? I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there is no rage.
Can I just say I'll go after him, please?
There is no rage here, based on the fact. Basically, this
Yeah.
is what it is. I was daggone feeling rage last week. This week is just totally utter disappointment because this was nothing more than utter fan service, without like any responsibility to what you're writing. I mean, I give Kubo the credit that's due to him whenever he does something good, but I just did not see a point to any of this. It didn't make any sense. There was no explanation behind it. I don't like Kenpachi's Bankai because it's not really a fucking Bankai. It looks fucking broken. Like it doesn't. I mean, it looks like something that it just shouldn't exist. And he turns into a hybrid of fucking Red Devil / Hulk, whatever. I just thought it looked stupid. I didn't like it at all. And more to the point, he shouldn't even have a Bankai. Period. He learned how to daggone say, what his Bankai. I mean, what his Zanpakuto's name was, like literally like 5 days ago. Like, I mean, this is like it's like he pretty much gave him something that he doesn't need to have, shouldn't have, while pretty much pushing more capable characters who were there into like the limbo of obscurity. And I really just don't understand what was the whole purpose behind even doing it. Zaraki, for me, I don't have a problem with him as a character. I think he's good in the role that he plays, but he should have been done after Grimmy. And I was just utterly disappointed. I was kind of like anticipating being very pissed off this chapter before I even saw it. And then when I was reading it, I was just inherently calm. And then I realized I've probably been more disappointed about this chapter than I've been disappointed about anything that Kubo has done that I did not like in Bleach. So that's pretty much all I have to say about it.
All right. I guess I'll let the salt just start flowing now then. So,
What on earth was that?
so that last podcast that we did, I said something along the lines of if Kenpachi suddenly springs up with a Bankai that I quit. No, I'm not quitting. I'm pretty much in the same boat as Sal, that last week I was very, very pissed off about the very idea of Kenpachi having Bankai, but after this week it's just disappointment. Like, last week's chapter was, like not anything really all that impactful until like those last couple of pages where Yachiru just springs up out of nowhere and says, "Use me properly." Like, it's like that dumb theory that we were telling people was dumb all this time ended up coming true. I don't even know how I'm supposed to feel about that.
I need a good explanation.
So I was hoping that this week would maybe soften the blow a bit, but nope. Like, I'll acknowledge that maybe the next chapter or two will explain it better. But, as of now, it's like, we get no explanation for what's going on, no real confirmation of what Yachiru is, or how she can suddenly just hand out Bankais like they're freaking Girl Scout cookies. Why?
What's a cookie?
Cookie.
Oh, the memes.
Reminds me of Vegeta when he said that Super Saiyans are having a market sell. The dub with Trunks and shit. That's what it reminds me of when you said that, Future.
Oh yeah, like
It's alright. Sure, Zanpakuto spurs can be turned into cookies.
I thought Saiyans did have a pure heart. My heart is pure evil. Oh Jesus.
All right, Future, keep going.
Sorry, man.
It's fine. But it's like, we don't get an explanation. She just shows up out of nowhere like, "Hi, Kenchan, here, have a Bankai!" And then, and like the actual Bankai, like, okay, the demon motif and like the raw power stuff, I get that it fits Kenpachi's style. It's all simplistic and stuff, but you could have given him something. Like, literally any, like, little extra ability or something, but just from the looks of it, it just looks like, well, he's just even more OP now than he was before. Only now he's stupider.
Well, I mean, it's a melee type Zanpakuto.
I mean, yeah, but you could have at least given him a little something than just, well, he's just now crazy powerful than
Yeah,
more than before. Like,
I don't even want to say it's a melee type Zanpakuto because it's just no.
originally
There's
it
no.
was.
I'm sorry. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but there's just no way you can justify this for me. It's just really not. Even if there was an explanation, it wouldn't be good enough. I can tell you that much right now.
Anyway, Future, you done?
not yet. Not
Go.
yet.
No, keep going.
If you don't mind, Schiff, I'd like to take my turn after his.
For sure.
All right,
Please,
all right,
Sorry.
sure, it's fine. It's fine. No. I have quite a bit to say. I'll let Ford go first. Future, keep
Thanks.
It's
going.
okay. This is such a Nazi podcast. We're so sorry. Carol,
Son, did you say this is a Nazi podcast?
it was a joke. We're pushing the Jew to the bottom. Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. I'm gonna go be lost now. Bye.
Don't hang up. You're
Sorry.
the one hosting.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
that's right.
Shiffy. I
No,
apologize, Schiff. If you want to go, you.
No, it's fine.
it's a joke.
I'm sorry. I'm just.
It's just that Jimmy said I'll go
We're-
next,
we're-
and then everyone has went, no, I'm going
We're memeing.
Okay,
Sorry.
go ahead, Future.
Infinite memes.
Right. It's like, did we really need this guy to get even more powerful? Like, really? He's already one of the most OP characters in the whole damn series. Why the hell do you need to make him even more OP? I mean, it's the typical, Dragon Ball Z syndrome. Like, oh, I'm defeated. Now I'm just gonna get back up even stronger than before. It's.
To be fair, Ichigo's done that as well, just with training montages.
Which is. I mean, I'd rather have a
Yeah,
training
at least-
montage than some girl coming up and going, "Here you go."
I mean, at least with Ichigo, we saw him train to get his Bankai and all this. We saw acquire it. At least that one made sense. This one, it's just like he learns the name of his sword by killing somebody that really shouldn't have died, but that's another matter entirely. Then, like 5 days later, his lieutenant just walks up to him, does some magic-y crap, and then it's like, "Oh, here you have Bankai now."
Lol.
I mean,
Lol.
and I know I've said this before, but I just cannot get behind the idea of Kenpachi having Bankai. I mean, we haven't gotten a Bankai from Shinji. We haven't gotten it from Love. We haven't gotten it from Ukitake. There's some people we don't even know the names of their swords. But within 5 days, Kenpachi not only learns the name of his Zanpakuto, but gets Bankai on top of all that. Kenpachi is easily the most overexposed character from this arc. And right now he's being
thought it
accompanied
was
by...
Tetsugaya.
No, but that's the other two. Oh yeah, there too. That's my other issue with that. This could have been something.
Yeah, but the difference is Tetsugaya didn't turn into a red rage monster demon with a freaking blade handle, for
he
a
just
weapon.
turned into a red rage zombie.
Right.
That's what he turned into. Remember? I just like I know people are excited at the idea of Kenpachi having Bankai, but I just cannot get behind it at all.
I think it's the fact that those of us here, as in the people, doing this podcast, because of what we do regularly when it comes to Bleach, actually do shit with the wiki and whatnot, we've had time to think and more time to realize what should make sense and what shouldn't make sense, rather than just fangasming everywhere. I think we might just be doing a little too much critical thinking when it comes to Kubo.
It's not even that. People are always, consistent trying to put out their opinions as far as, quote unquote speculation. But the majority, this is why I don't really out the speculation behind this that people have, because majority of people don't even know how the daggone how mechanics and stuff like that in the story even operate. So they just pull shit out of their ass, and that has to be what's going on. So
Yeah, I had
I
a
can't
problem
even.
with where the theories came from. I had a problem with it. It was like, oh, she's a sword because she touched his sword. Are you fucking kidding me? She also described her life before touching that fucking sword. Sorry. Rant over. That's where the theories came from.
If you're allowed to continue.
For you.
Spike said
Was it not 45 that was supposed to go next?
Yeah, go.
I just had a. Sorry.
Oh wait,
Future still have
Future.
minutes.
No, go ahead, Future. That's what I was waiting on. Future, go.
All right, just a couple more things. One, I honestly think it would have been better if Kenpachi's Bankai was just a giant middle finger. and then just to add on to it, just make it the only part of the series that's in 3D. And with like the official release, just hand out 3D glasses so people
No,
can.
no. The official release has to be no. The official release and the and all of it has to be like a pop-out book. It's like you just open that page. Oh. Thank you, Kubo.
I'm telling you,
I needed that in my day.
I'm telling you, it would be probably the best like visual representation of how most of us here are feeling about this.
Yeah.
And just to be serious for a sec, it's I don't want people to have the idea that I'm like some sort of hater or something because I'm not writing the Kenpachi bandwagon or anything. It's not that I hate Bleach or anything. I still love it. It's just these past few chapters have just been I don't agree with it. I just really don't agree with it. We have three of the most overexposed characters in this series having this big fight, and then one character getting a crazy power up when he really doesn't need it. That's it. It's like I don't hate the series. I just hate what's happening right now. So yeah, now that's it.
Okay, I will go ahead and go. Okay, and first of all, I want to make clear, like Future did, because I know, and I'm not saying nothing, but I know some people might be like, "Oh, everyone hates in the podcast." No, okay. Again, I don't hate Bleach. I do like it. It's still my favorite manga series. I still like this arc. Okay, I really do. I'm the best. I know a lot of people don't, and that's fine. Everyone's taste thing. I do not like Zaraki because I don't like one-trick pony characters. The chapters itself were okay. They wasn't like, well, I have calmed down a little bit. I would say yes. I would think so far, truthfully, these two chapters maybe be the worst of this arc so far. Okay, Gerard is an interesting villain to an extent on the fact that he's a hard sucking, but then he became Yami 2.0. I don't like how other characters who could have had a chance to shine didn't. And we get people who we've already seen do their stuff multiple times. And the worst is Zaraki. And again, I agree with everyone else. The whole thing that we were saying, Yachiro cannot be a Zanpakuto Toaster because of, our stuff. And all of a sudden, she just comes up and starts insinuating that she is by saying, if you use me right, you could defeat anyone. Again, fuck. And,
That could have memorably have been might not.
Yeah,
even
I know.
Have been really
I'm just using an example, Sal. Like, if that's the case, it's like, you can see why we're irritated. And then, and I told Zill this, and I'm not trying to get salty or any of this other stuff. I'm being truthful. His Bankai to me is the worst Bankai to Bleach. And the reason for that is not due to its design or the demon look. It's the fact that it is completely and totally shit. Zaraki is, like I said, a one-trick pony. His Bankai just used to add on to the one-trickness. It doesn't do anything. Yes, I know melee, but it didn't do nothing. It's just nothing but a extreme boost. It just increases his strength, speed, and cutting ability, mostly cutting ability. And when he got a Shikai, I had no problem with that because they were hitting the society talk that eventually he'll learn its name because that's something we crusted to do so badly. But his Bankai, I agree with. Ichigo, yeah, the training montages, but those do matter because you actually see him doing something to get it. Rather it be training with a cardboard cutout or sitting in an Indian 3 months in the Diagon meditating. It doesn't matter. That's something rather than just, oh, I got beat up. Oh, hey, use me like you're you go, oh, okay, Bonkai, and now I can completely, and now when I cut this guy down, I don't get stronger, he just gets cut down. So more of my thing is this is just really ridiculous. And like I said, people really need to get behind the fact that just because some people disagree with this chapter don't mean they hate Bleach. I don't hate Kubo. I really don't. I don't hate Bleach. I just think this is just a really bad turn. This is just a really black mark of this arc is that Zaraki is at least deserving of a Bonkai, and he gets it. And like Future, like you said, it just makes him more OP than he already does. He was already stupid powerful, but here's another idea. Let's make him more stupid powerful.
I think to jump on what you were saying and stuff like that. I want to reiterate: I don't hate Bleach either, and I don't hate Kubo. I do not like this arc. I made that clear multiple times.
right.
And the reason why is because for all the good points in there with Yamamoto and Ichibei and stuff like that, for all the good points in this arc, there are numerous fuck ups, dropping of the balls, and I mean, as far as storytelling is concerned, and just abuse of the characters not acting the way they normally act, just overkill on the enemies, the whole Lie thing. I mean, this is just one in a million things. I think by far this is probably the top the top disappointment that I had with Unohana only coming in second. So yeah.
Really?
Not and
correction, with what happened to Unohana coming in second, mainly because this shit I don't feel should even have taken place, much like what happened to Unohana. But I didn't feel I was upset, but I didn't.
Now, are
feel
you
the
talking
way that
about
I
her
feel now.
dying or her being the first Kenpachi?
Her dying.
Okay. Because her being the first Kenpachi is totally fine.
Oh no, yeah, she most
was
definitely
awesome.
deserves that.
I was like, well,
She deserves that. I'm for that. Yeah, that's wonderful.
They were kind of
having to die.
I think they've always kind of been hinting at something like that. I mean, doesn't she seem to always scare the 11th Division foot soldiers like shitless?
Yeah, we always knew she was scary, but for whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. And I'll go later.
Go, but for what Sal said, that's fine. I mean, if you don't like this arc, that's cool, and all this. I mean, you're right. Some of the characters have it, but I still like this arc due to the fact that we get to see the power-ups. I do like the interesting characters, like the Stern Ritter. Some of the Stern Ritter. I do like some of the stuff's explained, like Ichigo's background, Unohana being the first Kenpachi, certain stuff like that. I do like overall, but I do agree there is some problems in this arc that really irritated the crap out of me, like Unohana being murdered just to make dipshit stronger. The Warrior Guard, who we were led to believe, oh, these guys are so powerful, collected, the Gote 13 no match. Truthfully and honestly, even with Ichibei included, I think the Gote 13 could take the Warrior Guard. I really do. I think they'll kick the crap out of them in one day. Because, I mean, they just got destroyed. I'm like, I get,
Well, actually, I want to actually point something out to you on that one. I don't believe that the Go to 13 can actually daggone beat them. I do think they're that powerful. I think this is one of the situations I was just talking about in this arc where they fucked up, because they give you all this impression about how powerful they are, and then it's just like, oh, fuck them.
Well, the reason why I said
fuck them. Like
they were basically degraded down to a plot device of look how powerful the top four Stern Ritter are.
Realistically, I feel the Go to 13 shouldn't even be up there at this point in time. It's the Royal Guard who should be up there, daggone kicking ass, taking names. I mean, Oetsu killed 4 of the daggone elite guard by himself, with nothing but some swordsmanship skills. So we know that they could do it. Ichibei, pretty much, I don't care what anybody says. Ichibei fucking defeated Bach.
Yeah, he did. And
then there was an ass pull. So they're powerful, and they could have defeated them. But what happened was, in that instance, because Bach pulled the almighty ass pull and stuff like that, they became irrelevant after.
Well, what I'm saying is the reason why I think the Gote 13 I was saying could take them is because they are doing what they couldn't, is putting down the elite Stern Ritter. Like, Mairuri and they moved together, permanently put down Peninda. Asuka's being defeated by Kisuke and Grimjow. Lee got defeated by Shunsui, and now possibly Zeus cleaning up the mess. And now Jiraiya is being put down by Zaraki. So it does feel like, I
But
give
we
it
don't
to
know enough about them to go make the determination that they couldn't have done it. That's the thing.
I agree with you there, but for right now,
Because once again, they got fucking taken out because
the
reasons.
only, truthfully, the Royal Guard or the only one who actually I give a shit about is Ichibei, because you're right, he did defeat Bach, and he is a kick-ass bastard. I mean, he really is.
Got to give it up for Uetsu. He killed 4 daggone guys by
Yeah, he did.
himself.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying Ichibei was the best because we were seeing how
Well,
Bach.
that's all. Yeah, that's all we saw. So yeah.
Yeah, Ichibei, we got the full rundown. Okay, we seen him do some stuff. We see him do some keto. We see him do some shumpo. We see him do some of his paintbrush. We got a good thing on his shikai, his bonkai, although I know he don't call it that. We got to see Ichibei kind of flushed out a lot more than the others. Oetsu, yeah, was he cool? Definitely, on the fact that he did prove he could take out the stern middle. But the reason why I was saying is they just, yeah, for the impression that we got, they were definitely a letdown. Okay, because like Hikafuni, Senjumaru, and Kinjiro, they were really just, yeah, I don't even know why the fuck you guys even exist. I mean, that's honestly how I felt with them was, nothing. I mean, literally, they just appeared and then they were crushed. I mean, hell, even Tenjiro, he released a Shikai. All we know is all of a sudden his Shikai, sparkles, and then the next thing we see him, he's all like, I don't got my Shikai activated. I'm like, what? What happened with
Well,
that?
Shitara did at least do something. She got rid of that forked tongue little shit.
Okay,
Nianzel.
Okay, I'll give you that, but I'm just saying is like, what I mean is like how Ichibei was so flushed out. Like, we got his stuff. We saw why this too leads the Warrior Card. He's a freaking badass. I mean, Ichibei really kicked ass. I'm wondering, like, how the hell was he not the Captain Commander, Yamamoto? Did Yamamoto, like, was Yamamoto that badass? He can go with Ichibei or something? Like, did what? I'm trying to figure that out. The how
Yamamoto stayed where he was because he was needed there.
No, I'm saying is like when they first formed, like how did Ichibei
45, your robot now didn't hear anything after Sal spoke. Hello?
back to the main boss you can go. Zaraki is just like I said, he's just to me, he's a waste of a character.
There was a whole drop ball on how to utilize the characters in this series, in this arc. That's why I just
right. But
long
like I
for the
said,
days of the Soul Society arc.
like I said, for me, Zaraki is just, I mean, like I said, he's just a big ball of wastefulness. And like I said, I do agree with you too, Sal, that this chapter was mostly fan service. It was, hey, Zaraki fanboys, go ahead and spooge all over your computer screen because here you go. That's really what it felt like. Because if you notice, we didn't even get a Bonkai name. He didn't even say Bonkai. He just pretty much, that's it. It's like, wow. It's like you forgot the two most important things that usually a Bonkai person does is Bonkai, and then they say its name. This is just, screw it. I'm Zaraki going.
I tell you what I'm satisfied with is this after doing this or whatever, because it looks broken to me. After doing this, it's just like, oh yeah, you're gonna die now.
Yeah, that would be good, and that'd be a good arc for Kenpachi. He finally gets his wish and dies on his knees. I know that sounds very suggestive, but that's what they're always saying is he dies and then just like hits the ground dead. That would be great. That would be a great moment.
Is Archer the one who wanted to die in battle? I think Kapachi just wants to fight forever. Isn't that right?
I thought.
Well, the way they have it set up, it seems like freaking Akaku might get his chance to be captain of the 11th Division.
Right,
Hey, with the broken Bonkai. Oh yeah.
I thought all the 11th Division, that was their dream, saying that they wanted to die in battle. I thought even Zaraki wanted that.
Yep.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. He might get his wish. He'll finally have a great fight and then die. And then he'll be wrapped up and we don't have to worry about his stupid ass anymore. But go ahead, Shiffy.
All right. Okay. Like others, I'm a little more on the side of Zill here. Like others, I do not hate this chapter. I do not. I'm sorry. I do not hate Bleach. I do not hate Kubo. I can't even say I hate Kenpachi. And I really didn't necessarily hate this chapter now that I've had a week to think over the last one and a good day and a half to think over this one. What I have had a lot of problems with is this fight. Just the fight with Gerard in general. I ranted about it on Reddit earlier. What I'm saying here is this fight was Gerard originally like planning on fighting everyone at once. Like that was the goal. Gerard starts off this fight by stopping these guys in their tracks from running, opening up his cape and says, "All of you come at me at once." That was a cool start to this whole debacle.
Yeah.
Then we kind of just skip that entire part. Now, okay, let me go back to the other Elite fights for a second here. The other Elite fights I generally liked. Lil's later forms were a little stupid, but the fight itself and what was done on the Shinigami side was great. I absolutely really liked Kyoraku's Bankai. Nanao's sword was pretty freaking cool, while a little, conditional. The Pernandes fight wasn't too bad. It got a little weird at times, and I think it dragged out quite a tad longer than it should have, but we got to see some cool shit out of Nemu. And then the Askin fight was pretty open and closed. Once Urahara really arrived on the scene, once he actually, started fighting himself, and once Yoruichi was done, it was a pretty open and closed fight. We get his Volstendig, we get Urahara's Bankai, we get this fight ends, and Askin's heart gets ripped out, and yada yada yada. That was all well and good. That was dealt with easily, and dealt with within a decent amount of time. With this fight, it's kind of been dragging along on the sidelines. We technically did get this whole free-for-all of all the captains and lieutenants that were all banded together running away from the Kyoraku Lil fight. We have all these guys running away and being stopped by Gerard. We technically did get this free-for-all, we just weren't shown it. It was off to the sidelines while other fights were going on, and then suddenly Gerard's on the ground bleeding. Then we get a pretty basic quote-unquote end. We get Byakuya one-shotting him in the face. And, hey, boom, look, we just killed this guy. And, another shot for good measure. Because, to quote Shinji, you can never be too sure. Then, we get Gerard's foot. And he lays waste to pretty much all those captains and lieutenants, or at least shoving them all under rubble. Just no time to shine for these people. Then we get what we think is actually going to be something cool. We get Hiyori to show up. Hiyori and Hachi and Love and Lisa. 4 people who we have not seen or heard from in a long time since they were, quote-unquote, closing the fucking gaps or something.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell that was, but that was, or fix the fucking riffs. Something like that. But that was nice. We got to see a new Keto out of Hachi, the whole chocolate bar slider thing. That was kind of cool, and it's funny because Hachi gets fat. I'm sorry, I had to say it.
No, it's good.
Anyway, we got that. We got all 4 of these people attack. All 4 of these Visored who didn't come back as captains and lieutenants after the Fullbringer fight, or after the Eisen fight or whatever. Yeah, after Eisen. Sorry, we have these 4 people who didn't come back as captains and lieutenants after Eisen, showing up and look like they're about to kick some serious ass. And then Gerard just smacks him to the side because, Gerard. Because why the fuck not? Then we get Hitsugaya. Because all the little screaming fangirls need more Hitsugaya. That was where it really started to go to shit, in my opinion, this fight. He comes up out of nowhere because, we just need more of him. Even though we've seen so goddamn much of him in the fight with Kong Du, in the in the zombified version with by Giselle against Mayuri, and then we saw him coming out of the pod completely healed by Mayuri. And alright, cool, but we really didn't need him to come back that fast. Then Byakuya shows up and joins in because everyone else who was in the immediate area got knocked unconscious, but Byakuya is apparently still okay.
Because he's awesome.
But again, more screaming fangirls.
So?
It's just this. It wasn't completely necessary. And then Zaraki shows up. We have what I call the
fan service. I agree with you.
What I call the fan service trio. For the screaming fangirls, we got Toshiro and Byakuya. For the fanboys, we got Kenpachi.
At the end of the Fullbring arc as well.
These people who have gotten plenty of panel time or screen time or whatever you want to call it just keep showing up. Where we really need, what I'm saying is we had a fight where all the captains and lieutenants are here, like all these members of the Gotei 13. We think we'd get more new stuff out of people that we haven't seen enough out of. You thought we'd get more out of Shinji. You thought we'd get maybe even something out of Momo. I mean, come on.
Right.
You thought that, yeah, maybe she actually got better because, the fight isn't against...
Remember the fake chapter that... I don't know.
The fight isn't against the captain she's so idolized. Shinji and Momo got their time to shine for a really short while after the BG9 fight. That was it. And then suddenly nothing. But anyway, then we get Kenpachi suddenly being on the ground, and really, as far as the first of these two chapters go, as much as I've had a lot of conceptual problems with this fight in general, the first 18 pages or whatever, or everything except however many there were minus 2. Everything before the last 2 pages was really decent. It was well written. This while I admit we have seen enough of Zaraki and Toshiro and Byakuya, the majority of 668 was well written. Then we get this, as soon as I see this one panel, it's like, hey, what are you doing, just off to the side, before we even see Ichiru's face. The one panel before that on the previous page. I'm already like, oh no, it's gonna happen, isn't it? I'm just like dreading it. I'm like, please, Kubo, please don't. And then it fucking happens. Anyway, then we get this Bankai of his, because, it fucking happens. There is a chance that, that there's a few possibilities. I mean, one possibility is some people were saying, it was a vision for Kenpachi. That's a possibility. The other possibility is it was actually his Zanpakuto spirit, but it wasn't Yachiru. It was his Zanpakuto spirit just speaking to him in taking on the form of his lieutenant, because like that Nozarashi was actually talking to him, but it decided to look like Yachiru instead. I can't really explain it. I can't really explain why that's possible, but let's just assume that's one possible theory, rather than it actually being her. Anyway, we get to this chapter, and we get this freaking Demon Pachi. I'll admit I did not dislike his Bankai. Besides my conceptual issues with him having one, and everything. Even if Yachiru is his Zanpakuto spirit, I would, if Kubo can at very least, explain and fill in all the plot holes. He needs to explain everything right now. let's one of I think it was Morph who said this. He rather than beat his Zanpakuto spirit into submission, he formed a bond over the course of a couple hundred years or something. I mean, that's entirely possible. So let's assume that. But there's a lot more that needs to be explained. We need to explain how she has her own Shikai. How and why she suddenly vanished after the Gremmy fight. Why no one else noticed that she was a Zanpakuto spirit. Why everything. And everything about even how they met in the first place, how the two of them met each other.
That's a lot of explanations that you're probably not going to get because there's too many answering questions
I'm
of
not
why.
I'm not
So I
saying
don't
it all
know
needs
that
to
it
be.
would
I'm
be
not
done.
all saying it needs to be done in one chapter.
I don't think it would be done at all.
We could, but we could have like a flashback mini arc like Everything But the Rain.
I wouldn't want to see that.
I actually would
I wouldn't
not
wanna see
mind
that.
that. If we could at least fill in the plot holes and have the questions
Fill in the plot
answered.
holes by showing us what happened 1,000 years ago. I don't care about what happened with Iraqi. I don't want to see a flashback of that.
I want to see it for sanity. Just as a sanity check, because it's a little ridiculous that we're just suddenly being thrown into this when nothing before this has actually hinted that this is possible. I want to know that it was at least planned out. I don't just want, oh yeah, hey guys, she's his Zanpakuto spirit, that's that. Shut up. It's like, shut up and stop questioning me. That I don't want that. I want a little more for the sake of establishing what we know, what we've known about Zanpakuto in general. I want to know why the hell Zaraki suddenly seems to be an exception to this rule. I'm okay with Ichigo being an exception to some rules because he's not completely a Shinigami. He started off as a human with Quincy blood in him and was a substitute for a while. I don't know. I want to know so many things right now, and I'm not necessarily saying we need to get them all in one chapter. That said, this chapter itself, going just bare bones, what happened in the chapter, what Zaraki's Bankai can do, what it looks like, what it turned him into, and how it kind of inexplicably just laid waste to Gerard. I didn't necessarily hate that. But I want the next few chapters to be a little less insane fighting and a little more, clarification. Anyway, son, do you have anything?
I think it's all my opinion by now. I'm just meh, because it's Kenpachi, but I want an explanation, and I'm sorry. Maybe she was an Asochi does not go with what we know already in the series. Now, of course,
like I said,
the entire
there's
situation
so much
not
we're
go with
missing.
anything. They're like there was nothing foreshadowing this at all. I mean, when he was speaking to Nozarashi for the first time after killing Nonohana, she was still floating about upstairs, messing around with Isane and stuff. So there was nothing there to kind of go. And when you seen him achieve Shikai, she was shocked. You seen her face. So yeah, it's just.
Let me go back, and
I
that
don't
was
know.
was that 577?
I'm not sure still. You're the numbers guy.
Yes.
But yeah, well, whatever way her expression was one
577.
of, oh, I knew you could do this, and oh, I knew you had achieved Shikai. It was one of Ken-chan, kind of shocked, rather than, oh, Ken-chan, whatever shite she does.
Yeah, yeah.
Well-
It's
If you guys say no foreshadowing, then what do you consider her disappearing and leaving all her clothes behind a few chapters after Kenpachi went Shikai? What do you consider that specifically?
Let us be real here. We had just seen him fight Grammy. There could have been easier other explanations for that one. We had just seen him fight Grammy, who moments before turned a Sambakuto spirit's arms into quote-unquote cookie.
I'm just saying. Do you consider that by itself if she went missing and then showed up later 2 years
If
ago?
you consider that by itself, fine, but I don't see why it should have happened at that moment rather than when he first started to speak to her. If it had happened beforehand, grand, but she just disappeared as if she was shocked that he had Chief Shikai. Is that not what a Sampak spirit knows? Is it not her job to tell him her name and yada yada? But yeah, I digress. So it's just there just better be a good explanation. But then again, there's gonna be things I hate. I mean, I hate Hogyoku Aizen, but I still love Bleach. So there's just gonna be things I just don't like about things. You know, I just thought I could have got a bit more of the Aizen fight, and it ended quite fast. So there's always gonna be bits that we all want to see and expect and whatever. But sorry, everyone, but giving us this whole, oh, well, she's not there, so she's a Sanpakuto spirit, clearly, is okay, yeah, I get it. But it just feels that there seems to be a theme in long running manga for me that people like, kind of make shite out of their asses, and it's like, not to annoy 45, but Obito.
Oh god, I just looked at
Obito.
something. I was reading. I was flipping through 576. This is one of the fan art pages.
Dear.
Oh my god. This was a fan art page at the end of 576.
Oh, chef, you've given me something to bloody put into the bloody thingy. Oh god.
That's just stupid.
It was but I'm like that was the
Why
fan art
is he
page.
missing his arm? What?
I don't know,
why?
but that was a fan art page right after he first said his Zanpakuto's name, when he first called out for his Zanpakuto when he released his Shikai back at the end of 576, like on the last page.
Impeccable fan art as usual. But yeah, so I just honestly, in terms of these kind of shonen stuff, it's like I do wonder if the writers take a bit of thing from fans sometimes, like crazy theories like, oh my god, my series is a little flag in here, fans love this, let's jump on it, because there was no correlation between Obito and Toby. Okay, yeah, there was Toby and whatever, but there was no reason that we should surmise that Obito survived what happened to him. And then because we didn't know at the time that Madara, the real Madara, was actually fucking alive. So obviously there was no reason to suspect that, but then it was just like, and honestly, it feels the same sort of disappointing feeling. Yeah, I felt whenever that was revealed as well. And then Obito to go from, I'm this uber evil bad guy and want to slaughter my whole clan just because my girlfriend got killed whenever she was a host because she was going to be used against my village. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Oh yeah. I agree. I mean,
He is from American fan base because he doesn't understand English and probably wouldn't go to manga stream for ideas. But
I doubt very much it's just Americans. I doubt very much that.
Oh, I agree. I mean, when I still like the abomination that is Naruto, I did thought that too when people were saying that Toby was Obito, and their main reasoning was because they both have black hair. That was
well, the other reason that I heard was
hold
or
up,
Obito could be swapped around to Toby only with two O's or whatever. Yeah, that one as well.
And they were also saying because they both have black hair and they wear orange. That was their main reasoning. And I'm like,
Naruto's Obito.
That's what I said. And I'm like, your main reasoning is because, and I'm not kidding you, I shit you not, that was their two top arguments. Black hair, they both have black hair, and they both wear orange. That was the given thing. Not that they have this shining gun, black hair, orange. That was their main arguments. And I was just like, you're right. So when Kishimoto, excuse me, let me call him by his real name. When Shitimoto happened to sit there and have his face blown off and it's Obito, I'm like, you're fucking hell. And you're right. Obito's like, oh, I was this good kid. Now my girlfriend got killed because I didn't get no pussy. I'm going to sit there and destroy the whole village. But then when some spiky hair little blonde dude reminds me about how I wanted to be Hokage or some shit, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm a good guy now. I'm going to help everyone. Like,
yeah, they should have finished that off for him being the bad guy. They should. Yeah, honestly.
A lot of characters should have died the bad guy. A lot of them should have.
Yeah, no, but they should have just left him as the bad guy and just like made a better backstory for that.
Here you go. Here you go.
They should have just left him Madara, like they said he was Madara. Maybe they just should have
here you go, Madara. Here you go. The Dark Knight, right? You guys remember The Dark Knight? You know, Batman. It's like you either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Unless you're Naruto. If you're Naruto, you either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain, and then be back to a hero, and then die. That's the Naruto way.
Yeah. No, you either
Yeah.
die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain, get accosted by a little blonde freak, and then go, all right, I'm a hero. Oh, fuck.
Exactly. That's the main formula. He used wash, rinse, and repeat. Cash the fucking check. The other, I got a little bit of that from Robot Chicken when the sideline skit, which was the truth. It's like he just wash, rinse, repeats, cash the fucking check. I mean, seriously, almost every villain in the series was
Have a tragic backstory.
and was taught no jutsu by Naruto. I'm like, why can't we have someone like the Joker? You know what I mean? Just someone who's just evil for the sake of they don't give a shit. You know, they're just killing people because fuck it. I got nothing else to do.
You have scenarios like, there's a giant daggone demon monster attacking the village. I know, let's daggone put it in our baby.
Yeah, I know.
Well, to be fair, it was already in her beforehand. That's why he was born with.
Oh, so you put it in your unborn child and then you die? Leave the child to be ostracized by everyone.
To be fair, she only did on side of that one. She did
They're
that
like,
because she was too weak to hold
we're
him.
gonna save the village by putting the soul of Satan in his child and our child, our baby, and then we're gonna leave him to die. So everybody in the village knows he's the Antichrist and hates him. He's gonna make the best of it and be the best ninja he can. Believe it, because that way everybody's gonna like him. Fuck out of here.
Understand that though is because everyone knew she was the vessel, and everyone knew that her whatever great aunt or whatever was a vessel. So because she was the vessel, that's why he was born with whiskers. But she was dying at the time, and he was an Uzumaki. He was the only one able to do it.
The justification there is, that's the only thing we had on hand. Like, it's a fucking baby.
It was the only
It is
thing
a baby.
Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing, right?
At all. Completely. Uzumaki's, it was established that Uzumaki's were the only ones able to control it.
Okay, here's the thing,
baby.
right?
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing, though. Besides the baby, I get why Naruto has the whiskers because his mom, he was, her womb when she had it, and then it was implanted him when he was a baby, just like Gar got the rings.
Yeah.
Why the fuck does his two retarded ass kids have the whiskers? It's like he's the father.
It's on a sperm. I don't know.
It's retarded. His kids are fucking retarded. It's like, you kids should not have the whiskers. I'm like, I get him getting them. I get Gar having them. But I mean, the same with Gar if he had children, that they had the black rings around their eyes. It's like, no, that's because of, fuck it. It's like, he's an idiot. This guy can't write dick anyhow anymore. It's like, I mean.
Come on, eventually, I do think there does come a time, eventually authors realize that their credibility kind of starts to wane.
Well, you know when they stop trying and they give up, and I mean that happens in thing. I mean, this is kind of. I
give up. I think they give into fan service, like you say.
I don't know that they give into fan service. I think they literally give up. They're so tired they just don't give a fuck anymore.
Well, here's the thing.
That's one of the main reasons why I think Bleach is supposed to be ending after this arc, because I literally I started to feel that Kubo was kind of giving up a while ago when the first indication for me was Soifon's Bankai. I'm sitting there like, really? What the fuck is that? Is that a missile? Like, what?
What I was all saying is, one of the things I say is, you remember back when Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto were the three big ones? Remember when people were always calling them the three?
Big three.
Yeah, okay. Here's my thing, and this is how I really feel with how all three are going to end. But this is just my opinion. Everyone, you all each to your own. I don't mind if you disagree. Go for, huh? What's that? I was just saying real quick is, I feel this with the three. Naruto is a perfect example of how a series falls from grace. How a great series that started off decent goes straight to shit when the author just goes full retard and forgets how to write.
Okay, go full retard.
I mean,
I know this.
Okay, here's the thing. Bleach, I feel like Bleach is going to end in the middle. By that, I mean it's going to be one where I think it's going to end toward between people. There's going to be people who's going to love it, there's people who's going to hate it. And I think One Piece is going to end probably pretty decent. I know a lot of you guys don't read One Piece, you don't get into it, and that's cool. But I think Zill can agree with me. I like One Piece. I don't see.
I tried to give it a chance.
I'm trying.
I tried
No,
to
I'm
give it a
saying
chance.
I think
And when
Zill,
I saw it come on Adult Swim, on Toonami and stuff like that, I said, "Oh, I'm going to watch this and give it a chance, see why everybody likes it." And
no,
everybody's like, "Oh, well, that was a filler arc." I'm like, I hated it.
that's okay. I don't mind you guys hating. I'm
trying
just
from
saying.
the start.
I don't mind you guys hating. I'm just using an example. I think One Piece is going to be very successful. To me,
So it still is successful. It's doing better than Bleach, apparently.
I just get this feeling that One Piece is going to end it's going to end on a good note. I think Bleach, like I said, is going to end poor. It's going to end with people liking it, people hating it, and that's fine.
Maybe
Naruto,
the idea with One Piece is because he has that one goal and he's working towards that one goal,
well, not just
and that's
only.
it.
Well, one of the things with One Piece, what I think was so much better, it's not just the
All
one
right.
goal.
Yeah, no, but I mean, okay, yeah, but he's doing side stories rather than, oh, I need to think of something bigger for this arc, and I need to think of something bigger for this arc, and I need to,
Right,
kind of,
right.
I don't know where I'm going with this. Whereas
No,
where I think he knows where he's going, he's just branching.
no,
So
Otis,
are we done recording or?
No?
Oh, okay. We're just talking about shit. Sorry, Sauter.
sorry, I'm just going to wrap it up. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Go ahead. Sorry, I thought.
Because I was saying, even Zill knows Oda has already got the story pretty much planned out. Like he knows what the ending. He's just getting from A to B. And one of the things with One Piece, why I think it's so successful, is not just because Luffy's focused on becoming Pirate King, but he's got these great set of characters, the other Straw Hats, and he's not like leaving them in the dust. Like he's not going. One of the problems with Dragon Ball Z and Fuckaroo is they just said only 2 guys now can do shit. Everyone else comes cannon fodder. So far, Oda's still like, oh no, all the Straw
they
Hats.
killed the only fucking Jonah, and I got so pissed.
The Straw Hats are like, hey man, we can all do something. So far, Bleach is still doing that. They got more than just.
Sure.
Yeah, because there's more than 2 people. There's
you got to jump between the platforms on A.
Right, what you do, because you got Ichigo, who can still do something, Byakuya, Torshiro, Kenpachi, Mairui, that's like 4 or 5, but that's it. But mostly for One Piece, they got it. Also, they got great humor. I love One Piece's humor. I mean, that shit's funny on a lot of it, especially Usopp. He brings a lot of good comedian gold.
I laughed when his brother died.
That's fucked up, son.
Sorry, but his face was just too funny. It was like, are you trying to convey emotion on this guy who looks like a rubber ball bag?
That thing was
serious?
fucking. I had
Oh, it's heartbreaking. I'm sure it was heartbreaking. But when his face went back and it was like halfway across he looked like a cracked egg, I just couldn't stop laughing.
I understand.
I'm laughing at his face.
But I get that.
I don't like the animation. That's what I'm basically saying.
Okay, I'll give you the cracked egg. But the thing is, to me, that was one of the greatest scenes in manga history.
Don't get me wrong. It's very sad. No, the scene building up to it, but then you see him crying, and it's like, am I supposed to be sad here? Or am I supposed to laugh? I can't.
You're supposed to be sad. And the fact is, not only was the emotion that the voice actor brought was really great. You really felt Luffy was like literally dying inside. It was great. Like I said, that's one of the best manga deaths I've ever actually seen, was Luffy and then him losing his shit. But that aside, I think that's with One Piece, and I think that's the problems. Is I'm also glad Sal got the reference to the full retard. I'm glad someone did. A lot of people don't get.
Got it.
Yeah, oh yeah, you did. A lot of people don't get the reference when I say don't go full retard. People go, "What's that mean?" I'm like,
I mean, I just know it as a bad meme, but I don't know what it's actually from.
It's from Robert Downey Jr. got nominated. He probably would have won the Oscar that year. Only he was up against Heath Ledger. He was playing the white guy that played the black guy, and he said, "Everybody knows you don't go full retard."
Yeah, and it's the truth. I mean, like I said, and that's what I said. That series went like full retard. Damn. Never go full retard. That's what they should do. That's what we should do. So instead of sending people like Shitty death threats, just send them that meme and see if he gets it. Watch him 10-1. He'll probably put it in a magazine. I don't get this. Yeah, we know you don't. We just wanted to send it to you.
He'd probably have Naruto say it to Sasuke.
What it was,
Sasuke said to Naruto.
What it was, Shiffy, was freaking what was it?
Ben Stiller.
Robert Downey Jr. was playing. They were actors playing actors in this movie that was just like a freaking whole fucked up situation, and they were supposed to be in Vietnam, and they had freaking Robert Downey Jr. Dressed up as a black guy. He was supposed to be he was supposed to be an Australian actor, and he was dressed up as a black guy, whatever. And then they had Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller was supposed to be like the
like
Robert
Arnold
Downey
Schwarzenegger or
Jr.
Stallone.
Robert Downey Jr. is supposed to be like this multiple Academy Award winning actor who was
Method
known to
actor.
method actor who's known to get in all his roles and be so great and everything like that. Whereas Ben Stiller is supposed to be kind of like a action star, like Stallone or freaking Schwarzenegger, and he made all these movies and stuff like that. So he tried to do something different. He made this movie called Simple Jack, where he played this guy who was mentally
Challenge.
challenged and stuff like that. And it was a flop basically. So he had this like whole thing hanging over him about him doing this movie, and he was wondering because he was upset that he was jealous of Robert Downey Jr. because he never got an Academy Award. So Robert Downey Jr. basically explains to him that the reason why he didn't get an award because he went full retard in the movie. He said when he's like, when what was it? Sean Penn did I Am Sam or whatever. He said, he gave you all these different actors who did these movies where they play characters who were mentally challenged, and they said so and so. He didn't go full retard. So. And he's like, I Am Sam. He went full retard, and that's why he didn't get no award.
Everybody knows you don't go full retard.
He said everybody knows you don't go full retard.
What was it? I actually think Leo DiCaprio did. Then he was full on.
No. He was in I Am Gilbert Grape, and he played
it quite accurately. He played it.
Yeah, but he wasn't. I forget exactly what you would call what he was.
He's probably no, can he?
Yeah, he was somewhere around there.
Yeah. Whenever it was asked, because I was watching interviews for films, like, what is he? And it was like, oh, he's just retarded. I'm like, great, okay. That's just how you medically.
You're not supposed to say that anymore, but
I know that's what he actually said in the interviews himself. That's what he's like. Yeah, no, he's just retarded. You're like, okay, no medical description here. Thank you. Okay, I know, but that's literally what was said on TV. Jesus, the 90s were a different time. But yeah, so sorry, Tiff. I think we're done now.
All right. No, I was just curious. Whatever.
Yeah, you got to see the movie. Tropic Thunder is hilarious because
It is.
It's one of the few movies that I see. I won't watch the Tom Cruise movie, and I had to watch the movie 5 times before I realized it was Tom Cruise.
I know it took me a while.
You didn't know it was Tom Cruise.
No, I did not, because he had the makeup on and the daggone thing, and he looked like I'm like, oh my god, that's fucking Tom Cruise. But it was so fucking funny that I just gave it a pass.
Oh no!
Otherwise, I wouldn't have watched it.
Jesus Christ! It was like
I don't
Tom
watch
Cruise
Tom
always
Cruise
like the
movies.
morally upright kind of character, and then you just
right. I don't watch Tom Cruise movies because Tom Cruise plays Tom Cruise in every fucking movie.
Yeah, no, what I mean is Tom Cruise kind of does this whole kind of, oh, look at me.
He overacts the part.
Right, and I'm always justice and shite. Like, you can just see it in his face. But in this one, it was just like, holy fuck. And it was
he was like over the top. He's like, I will literally rip your head off and fuck your fucking face or some shit like that. Like,
no, he's full on fucking mess.
He's just like over the top. Like, what the fuck?
Because I was actually glad whenever I first watched it, I didn't know he was in it, but some people were trying to spoil it.
I didn't
look, he's in it. So I'm glad that I didn't, because a lot of people did get it spoiled for them. So I'm glad I didn't get it spoiled for me, because it was like, see, when I just seen him, and even that dance at the end and all, he's like, like, oh my god. Oh, Bruce, you're turning me. But it's so funny, I can't watch. I can't watch, but I can't look away. But yeah.
The film's
booty sweat.
The film was good. It's just I also hated it too that people, like, every time I talk about it, everyone's like, that film upsetted me because they used the word retard. I'm like, oh, for God's sake, if that's really a problem for you, you really shouldn't watch any movies in general, because most movies are going to touch your boundaries.
Yeah, you could sort of tell though it was set more in the 90s, 80s, 90s mark. Anyway, you could sort of tell by this, like, the kind of attitude. It was kind of.
I don't know what it's supposed to be set in, but this is what you call it. Freaking Matthew McConaughey making a big deal about the fact that Ben Stiller didn't get a TiVo, so he came all the way to Vietnam to give him a TiVo, and then it ended up saving their lives because he threw it at the same time the freaking guy shot the rocket launcher.
So ridiculous.
And then freaking Danny McBride sitting there like, oh man, he said, I should have went into catering. He's like.
Yeah, no, it definitely
He thought he had blown up the daggone fucking director.
Yeah, well, it definitely did feel kind of 90s time, whenever the kind of action heroes were out a lot more, kind of when it was always constantly Die Hard,
Where they were
Die
old
Hard
and
2,
washed up
Die Hard
has-beens.
3, and Rocky 1, and Rambo
I
1.
mean, have you seen Arnold
Dude.
nowadays? He looks old as shit.
Well, not looks old as shit. He is fucking old as shit.
Not only that, but they have stopped disguising his daggone height, and now you can see that he's only like 5'3" or something.
Oh, well, in Genesis, are they still up in the sixes?
No, they're used to daggone making it look like he's tall and every daggone thing that you see him in and stuff like that. But now, like, he's in these commercials and stuff, and you see that he's fucking like only like 5 something. It's like really odd.
Right, well, I think we can wrap it up then, guys, or?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Sil's already disappeared as per usual. So yeah, well, night, guys. I'm off.
Let's hope we get some cool shit in 670.
Yep.
Please explanation. I'm not hoping for good stuff. I just want a fucking explanation.
Next time, guys.
Until next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, that one. Ciao, ciao.
Shameless plug.
Bye.
Yes,
Blah, blah.